YouTube, what's happening? It is Tuesday, April 8th, and we're going to talk about the MLB first today. We have 15 games on the slate. That's a lot of games, a lot of value out there potentially to be had. So we're going to break these games down every single game like we do in every single video. But first, let's do a little recap yesterday. I ended up taking these 7 plays, and I ended up going 5-2. The only 2 I got wrong, Steele actually had a good game. He balled out. He didn't give up. I mean, the first 3 times he went out there, he hit this line. He didn't. Hey, good job, whatever. And Edmund only had 1 HRR. He had a hit. That's all he had. What can you do? Everything else, over 4 in the first 5 hit, over 8 in St. Louis Pitt hit. Toronto won as a dog. Gilbert had 7 strikeouts, and since he first 5 plus half, they were tied up to like the 7th inning. So beautiful stuff. 5-2 on the day. We will take that each and every day if possible. Love the profits. If you want the plays typed out for every sport, or if you want access to the spreadsheets, which, look, we're getting there. We're almost ready. We're going to be ready in a couple days. Ooh, excited. All you got to do is go over and check out the HQ. So enough of that. We have 15 games. Let's stop wasting time. Let's jump to the first one right now. All right, so we're going to jump to that first game. And let me say, some of the pitchers on here, just, man, it's going to be some good days. Let's go to the lines. Who is the first game that we shall have today? Looks like it's going to be Yankees in Detroit. It's currently sitting Detroit 160. 7.5 is our total. Let's look at the what they've been up to record-wise. 6-4 for both teams. They have hit the 10-game mark. Once all of the teams hit 10 games, the sheet will become active. We could start using it. So I have to have the information for everybody, everyone. That way I can do the rankings. That's how it works around here. So until then, I just have to have blanks. Give it a couple days. We'll have it ready. So move over to the props. We have, ooh, buddy, we got Carrasco going out there, and we got Scooby. It's Scooby Day. Love it. Let's look at this. What is this? That's Carrasco. What is this? True. That's NHL. Go away. We're not at hockey yet. We're at MLB right now. So let's do a little matchup like we always do. Let's break down. Oh, let's start with Scooby. 18-4, 239. Dude was a beast last year. We're still showing 2024 stats. Eventually, Outlier will update and start showing 2025 stats. They need to get the data just like I do. So give them time as well. So until then, we use what we can. We know he was a beast last year. This is how Yankees were against lefties last year. There you go. There's your numbers. Against Skubal, this is how they do. And Goldschmidt actually likes facing Skubal. My God, 2 home runs and 7 at-bats. That's telling right there. Judge, 429, 2 home runs and 14 at-bats. All right. So Skubal's a beast against 99% of the league. That's what I'm hearing. And then a couple dudes he kind of struggles with. So let's flop to the other side. Let's go Carrasco versus Detroit. 3-10 with a 5.64 is absolute, just terrible. Against righties, you can see how Detroit was, and then you see how they are against Carrasco. You can see they actually have some success. I can see why Detroit's favored. I can see me taking like a Detroit money line first 5. I don't trust bullpens at all for any team. Maybe like Cleveland, they're pretty good, but most teams, especially New York, oh yeah. Actually, I'll just take Detroit whole game. I don't trust Yankees have the worst bullpen. I don't care. Let's look at the numbers. Carrasco hits allowed. This is his last 10 games. He's had 1 game this year. He had 5 against the D-backs. Strikeouts, he is very consistent with 5. His line is 4.5 for a reason. And then you can see his earned runs. He gave a 3 to Diamondbacks and a 9-7 win out there on the 3rd. So flop to the other side. Let's go to Tariq, the man himself. Man, what do we want to start with? I guess we can start with outs. Here's his outs. He had 17 last game. Until he gets in a groove, I wouldn't touch the outs. Let's look at his strikeouts. He struck out 8 against Seattle. Seattle is still a team that strikes out a ton. And then we got earned runs. He gave up, man, he's had 2 games now, 4 and 3, so 7. And then his hits, you can see overall, he's been getting up 6. So he's been, to be honest, he's a little bit average right now, isn't he? All right, Mr. Cy Young Beast, I need you to do a little bit better for me, but I think I will have a play in this game. One, it's the early game. I want to have a little something to play, so let's go to game lines. Let's dig a little deep, shall we? Do we want to do Detroit? Do we want to do the over? I'm not feeling a prop on the pitcher side. I'm not feeling a prop on the batter side. I feel, now apparently the weather's an issue as well, too. It's supposed to be really cold in Detroit today, so I'm still thinking Detroit money line, because I will trust Scooby. I do not trust the Yankees bullpen. I don't trust Carrasco's numbers. Again, Detroit's been playing well. I don't want to trust the over, so I'll say Detroit money line. I don't love it, but hell, I want something. It's the early game. Let's have a little fun, right? Detroit money line next. All right, we're about to go to the next game, but let me just click over here and show you the weather, because my goodness, let me pull it up real quick. MLB weather report done. So yeah, you can see it's supposed to be 36 degrees with 12-mile-an-hour out winds. So it's cold, but the winds are out. So look at this. My God, 25-mile-an-hour winds, 43 degrees. Cold, the ball does not travel well in cold, but wind helps it travel. So it's kind of like canceling out. So yeah, we have that. Ain't cool. Moving on, I'm still going to take Detroit money line. I think Scooble's going to have a great game eventually. He's had 2 average games, so it's time for him to show up and show out. So he just has to get by Judge and Goldschmidt, and he'd be good. Let's see. Let's move on to Miami and New York. So speaking of the wind and everything, 275 in New York with a 7 total. Let's look at how they've been doing. Whoop, that's not the right game. Oh, go one down. Cool. 5-5 for Miami, 7-3 for New York. You can see everything, the records there. Let's go over to the props. Who do we have in this one? Marlins, Mets. Bang, because we got 2 games at 4:10. These are the 4 o'clock games. This is the last week they're doing all these early Tuesday games. They're going to go back to late. Everything starts at 6 o'clock here. So we got Gillespie and Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes is all right. Gillespie I know nothing about. Let's look. Holmes was 3-5, 314 in 63 innings against righties. You see how Miami has done. They have done decently last season against Clay Holmes. We have a 1-for-1 and a 1-for-1. That's it. We flop size over here to Gillespie. Nothing. 8 innings last year doesn't tell us much. You can see how the Mets were against righties. And you can see he has an 0-for-1 against Soto, and that is it. No information in this one for this guy. His one game, he gave up 1 earned run. He pitched a whopping 5 innings. He had 6 strikeouts against. This was also against Miami. Look at, against New York as well. So they're facing the Mets again. Oh, okay. All right. So that's cool. That's not good for him. That's good for the bats. So the more the pitcher faces the bats, the more the batters get to see how the ball comes out the hand, how the pitches look. The more you face them, the worse it gets for pitchers. I swear. Hits. He gave up 4 hits. Earned runs. Walks are still not populating for people that like walks. They will soon. I know. 6 strikeouts. His number's 4.5. I don't trust that. Let's go to Holmes. Let's see what he did head to head. What do we have? 2025. Can we even get last 10 or 5? No, we have nothing. So 1 earned run. Ooh, how many strikeouts was it? 6 strikeouts as well. Hits, it was also 6. They're just copying each other now, literally. So they're the same pitcher. There's nothing standing out here. Okay. We go to this, yeah, man. Okay. I'm not liking anything in this game, to be honest. That's a big line for New York. They're playing, no. The wind's too crazy. I'm passing. There's too many variables in place that I don't like. So we're just going to move on. There's 15 games. We can pass on some and still find value. No value. Next. All right. Game 3 is going to be Chicago and Cleveland White Sox. In Cleveland is going to be 198 for Cleveland with a 7.5 total. Let's look at the records. We got 2-7, 3-6, 3-6 for Cleveland. Shocking. Hell, 2 wins for Chicago. Shocking too. So the surprise they have 2 wins. Let's go over to the pitchers. Ben Lively is going out there against Shane Smith. All right, Lively. Let's do the matchups. Lively was 13-10 last year with a 3.81. Chicago against righties. You can see how they done last year, and against Lively, you can see well. They not much there. There's not much. There's a home run for you, but nothing else. Well, there's a home run here too. So flip sides. Let's go Cleveland, Chicago. Smith has no data. Literally nothing. Then there's there's Cleveland versus righties overall. So we have a guy who is making his season debut and had no stats from last year. So welcome to the bigs, buddy. Hope it works out for you because I lied. He's been here. Yeah. Okay. He has been here 1 game. He has played 1 game. He pitched 5.2 innings on the first against Minnesota. He gave up 2 earned runs. He gave up 3 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed. That's actually not bad. That's actually a pretty decent stat line. Okay. How many outs did he get? 17 pitching outs in a game that Minnesota still won 8-3 because the bullpen is not good for Chicago. So, all right. Good job, Shane. Your team let you down. Not surprising. It's going to happen a lot this year. I hope you're ready. Let's look at Lively's Plumber's last 10 earned runs. You can see what he's done. Strikeouts. You can see he's 4.5. He's well below the number head to head. 1 out of 3. Not good. Hits. No. Outs. No. There's nothing in this game. My God. No. I don't know why. I wouldn't be opposed to taking Chicago plus half for the first 5, but because of the pitcher, he looked pretty good. But we need to see more than 1 game. We need to see I want at least 3 points of data. Let me see 3 games and I'll start making a decision. So for right now, pass. Next. All right, next up, we got St. Louis and Pittsburgh, and we have 130 for Pitt, 6.5 is our total. Let's look at some records real quick. 4-6, 4-7. Okay, let's look at the pitchers. We got Sonny Gray going up against Skeens. I'm gonna tell you right now which play I love the most. Let me go ahead and just find it. I think you already know what it might be. No, go away. Let me see. Let's go ahead and price out a Nerfy real quick, shall we? I think we shall. Over here, game lines. No. Well, I guess inning works. Yeah, inning. Over under first inning, total under half 160. Let me go and just pencil that in real quick. Nerfy. And because that looks pretty tasty. With those two pitchers, yeah, let's go dig a little deeper, shall we? Let's do the matchup. Skeens was 11-3 with a 196 last year against righties. This is how St. Louis was. Not very well against Skeens. You can see little success. We have a home run, 444, 444, a lot of nothings. K rates 23, 60%, 50, 42. Some of these do strike out a ton, but some do have success. So let's flop to the other side, dupe, and then boop, and then Sonny Gray, 13-9, 384. Pitt against righties did pretty well against Sonny Gray his whole career. You can see 316 with 2 home runs for Reynolds, 333. I would stay away from everything but I like the Nerfy so far. Anything else in here? I don't know. I got to see a prop that just blows me away. Earned runs, you can see what he's done. He had 5 in his last game, even though the Cardinals still won thanks to the offense. And then strikeouts, you can see he had 9. Strikeouts are pretty good. I mean, there's probably a prize pick square that like has a combined strikeouts between both pitchers. That might be worth looking at. It's probably something like 13 or 15, 13-ish. That might be something. It is a 6.5. I'm pretty sure Skeens is going to be 6.5. That's what it usually always is. Maybe even 7 if they're feeling ballsy. So let's go to Skeens. Let's see what he has. Because so far, I'm not liking it. 6.5. See, I know it. And then he only had 6. Vegas feasted on that one. Now, remember, last time he pitched, we took his pitching outs. Yeah, it's 18.5 now. They're trying to get you with that plus 142. You want to alt line that bad boy back down to 7. Oh, if you can get an 18, go for 18. But 18.5 is ridiculous. That's a no. We can't do that. Strikeouts, perhaps, but St. Louis is pretty good at not striking out. I wouldn't mess with that. Earned runs, a little very all over the place. He could be good, he could be bad. Who knows? I think the safest bet is to second Nerfy. 6 simple outs. What could go wrong, right? Exactly. Next. All right, next up, we got the Doyas and we got Washington. Looks like we have LA is 170 with a 9 total. Let's look at the records. We got 9-3 versus 4-6. Okay, but we expect. Cool. Let's look over at the pitchers. And we don't have much. We have Justin Robleski. Let me show you so you can actually see the pitchers. Let me go to the schedule. It's Justin, him for the Dodgers, for the Dodgers, and Brad Lord for Washington. Who? Exactly. So let's go over and see if we can dig a little deep and see if we find anything. Oh, Blake Snell's out for a while. He's a little sore, so that's cool. Let's look. Brad Lord has no data. They never faced him. He is new, but this is how the Dodgers are versus righties. There you go. And then Washington, Robleski went 1-2 in 36 innings with a 5.70 ERA last year. Washington versus lefties. And then you can see how they did against this guy, 1-for-3. Again, no data really. So we don't really have much history. If we look at his last 10 games, which we can't, we can look at the last 5. He gave up 10 earned runs in his last game in September against Arizona. 10. Oh, man. Strikeouts, you can see how he did there. Hits, he gave up 10 hits as well. He was doing pretty decently. He has not faced Washington, it looks like. So we're fading both pitchers here, I think is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fade. What's the total looking at? 9? I think I'm going to take that 9. Anytime we get new pitchers, and then we get a brand new pitcher versus the Dodgers, yeah, give me the over of 9. Thank you. I'll take that. Probably I would lean LA money line as well, but yeah, it's 170. It's not bad. So I'll take the over of 9 next. Game 6, Toronto and Boston. We had Toronto yesterday in the money line. It was nice because we faded Boston because they dropped 1,000 runs, and then they could only get 2 yesterday. So the theory worked out nicely. Let's see. Today we got Boston 190 with an 8 total. Let's look at some records. 6-5 for both teams. Nothing stands out there. We look at the pitchers. We got Mr. Crochet versus Easton Lucas. Let's see how these two young chaps are up to. 6-12 for Mr. Crochet last year on the White Sox. 358 and 146 innings. Now, given they kind of shut him down half into the season because they knew they were trading him. They knew. They were like, whoa, let's just not put too many miles on this car. We'll get some good value. And they did. So And then we got Toronto versus lefties. Not good. Not good at all. And now, when I say not good, these are, you see a lot of ones. The highest you see here, what is the highest you see? There's a 308 for Vladdy. Mr. I just got paid 14 million. Now you know he ain't gonna do nothing because he got his paycheck. Most players, once they get that fat contract, they're like, I think I'm gonna be hurt for a few years. It's just what's gonna happen. They always do. So, and then against Crochet, we see a whole lot of nothing except for 1 for 5. So I'm already leaning Boston heavily in this one. Maybe Boston first 5 because I still don't trust bullpens. I gotta see some bullpen numbers. We'll see those soon. 1-0 for Lucas, 10 ERA against lefties. You see how go to Boston. Swap. Boston does against lefties. They also don't do too well against East Lucas. They have not fared much because they haven't faced him much. So we have an under might be in play in this one. An under of 8. I could take this if both pitchers just do what they do. Yeah, I could easily see this being like a 2-1 final. Okay, let's see if there's any props that look good. We got strikeouts. Dude is very hit and miss. We need more games. Let's see his hits. We can see his earned runs. We can see his outs. He hit 24 outs last time, which is, that's impressive. I don't know how long they're going to let him continue to do that because they're going to kill his arm doing that, but hey, whatever. And then we go over here and look at Easton Lucas. We went 20-25. He had 1 game of no earned runs. He had 3 strikeouts and 1 hit. So I think what I'm going to do, I am going to take that under of 8. It sounds crazy, but I'm going to try. Actually, hell, I could even take the Nerfy. Do I take a Nerfy or an under? Which one sounds better? Under of 8. Oh, buddy. You know what? I'm going Nerfy. Well, actually, let's price it before I just make a rash assumption. Match details, game lines, inning, first inning total. Under is 120. Okay, I can rock with that. Yeah, that way I don't have to. If I don't have to mess with the bullpens, I don't want to. So give me the Nerfy in this one as well, and we're gonna move on to the next game. All right, next up from there, we're going to LA and Tampa Bay. Cool. What do we got for lines? Looks like we got Tampa 164 at home. At their minor league stadium, 8.5. I can give you a weather report for the game because I live here, so I can tell you it's kind of not hot today, and it's humid, and it rained a little bit last night. So there you go. There's your weather report. 6-3, 4-5. Let's look at the player props. We're done with that game. Go away, you two. Let's see. We went Angels and Rays, and we got Shane Baz versus Hendricks. Interesting. Let's see what we got matchup wise. 4-3, 306 against righties. You see how the Angels have done against righties overall. Some good, some not. Against Baz, nothing. And we flop over. We go boom and boom. Hendricks 4-12, 5.92, not good. Tampa versus righties. You can see up for the whole season against Hendricks history. Nothing there. There's no real data. So both pitchers don't have much data, which is good for the pitchers. So we just look outs 18. Dude's been getting his 6 innings and he's done. Gets his 6 and gets out. Strikeout wise, dude had 10 against Pittsburgh. We're facing the Angels today. What's his number at? 6.5. I could. It's already plus 138. Could I even outline this down? The 6? You could. I could. Yeah. Yeah, for the PP people. Yeah, it's a 6 right now. So that's pretty nice. But I think I'll do 6.5 because I will not take it there. I can go 5.5 even. Oh, even better. All right, cool. Let's look at the hits allowed. Baz might be the play. 5 strikeouts. Looks 5.5 is nice. All right, let's go over here to Hendricks. His earned runs might be good, but damn, trusting Tampa's offense in their little league stadium. I don't know. Earned runs, strikeouts, outs. No, I'm not liking it. I think we're gonna go Baz strikeouts 5.5. That's the play I like. Yeah, if you want to go 6.5 for plus money, you could, but I'm just gonna take the one less. That way we hit 5 in a row. So we're gonna go Baz 5.5 Ks. Baz BAZ over 5.5 Ks. And move on to the next game. All right, next up we got Phillies and the Bravos, and we got Atlanta 115. We got 7 as our total. Let's look at the records. That's why I went because it's 7-2 versus 1-8. 1-8 Atlanta. Who's pitching? Let's see. Oh, that's why it is a fire sale day. It's Chris Sale versus Zach Wheeler. That is a hell of a matchup. That's a nice little matchup. All right, I can see why it's a pick 'em basically now. First thing we're looking at is are both pitchers doing decently? Let's do the matchups. Let's look at history. Sale 18-3, obviously a beast. 2.38 beast. Lefties, you can see how Phillies did against lefties. Actually do pretty well against lefties, surprisingly. We got some 300s, a lot of 300s, high too, so they do quite well against lefties. Against Chris Sale though, 167s. We got a 400. That's 2 for 5 with nothing. We got one home run from Schwarber, but that's it. So nothing really stands out there. We flop to the other side, and we see Wheeler 16-7, 2.56 against righties. You can see how Atlanta has done last year against Wheeler. They have had success, but there's a lot of at-bats in here. There's a lot of at-bats with not much success, I would say. There's only 250, 267, 400, a lot of ones. I'm already leaning Nerfy again, another Nerfy. Tuesday is all they're trying to do. Dinger Tuesday was a big thing last year. If you're new to baseball, Dinger Tuesday is where they focus on home runs because it's Tuesday, and Tuesday's a boring day of the week. They're trying to make Tuesday sound fun. That's all it is. So, even like sportsbook like ESPN will like go in there and like, oh, one dinger, everybody wins. So that's a promo. So somebody put in the Discord chat, just shouted out, and it's like, why? No, that's not a good bet. That is not value. Home run plays are literally gambling. That's all it is. So if you want to do that, by all means, but at least do some strategic straight bets to actually build the bankroll. Stop just chasing things. Hits for sale, 4.5. Earned runs has, I'd say it looks bad. It's 3. He's not been bad. Let's see, his outs, they've been a little more cautious this year starting out. You can tell he's only doing 15. That's smart. Nothing wrong with that. Wheeler, strikeouts has been beast. I don't know how much of Atlanta has been striking out recently, which we will know in a few days. We'll get to see that information. But I think for this one, we'll show his hits, his earned runs. Ooh, yeah. Well, they got to be 2.5. You tell me Atlanta's going to tee off on this man? I don't see it. What do you know that we don't know? I just looked at the stats. They don't do, yeah. I think I'm still going to go Nerfy. I'm going to trust the Nerfy. These are two good pitchers. So, man, come with me to the line. Let's go find the Nerfy. We got to go match details. We got to go game lines. We got to go inning. We got to go total. We got to go under half 145. I'm down with it. I am down for a Nerfy. Another Nerfy. Third one today. Next. All right, next up, Texas in Chicago. The Cubs. And let's get some lines out here. We need 154 Chicago. 7.5 is our total. Let's go over to our records. 8-3, 8-5. Both teams doing pretty well. Can't complain. Pitchers. Italians going out there for the Cubs. And Patrick Corbin's going out. I forgot Patrick Corbin's with Texas now. Oh, man. How did he do in his first game? I got to see. His first game. This is earned runs or hits? Hits. Okay. He gave us 6. How many earned runs? This is his first game. That was last year. So this is his first game all season. Yeah, okay, because Jax went out. Okay. Yeah, good injury update. Corbin's gonna step in the start rotation. Time to fade, baby. Time to fade. Oh, buddy, let's go. Matchup. Let's look. Italian was 12-8 with a 3.27. Not bad. Against righties, you can see how Texas was last season. Pretty good. Not bad. Against Italian, historically, we got some 2 home runs and 14 at bats, 1 home run, 7. We got some higher averages, more green than you want to see probably if you're a Cubs fan. But hey, we swap sides, we flop over and go to Texas. Corbin was 6-13 with a 5.62 last season against lefties. This is how the Cubbies did. 3-3. Yeah, against Corbin historically. Damn, that's a lot of green, and then we got a lot of green large numbers. Oh, buddy. Okay, I know what I'm taking. I already know what I'm taking. I'll show you Jameson first because I'm not touching him, but I'm going to show you the line in case you want to touch it. Here you go. Here's his hits. Here's his earned runs. Here's his, well, they still don't have walks. Let's come here, Patrick. New season, buddy. New year, new you, right? New year, same you. Where's your earned runs? Where are we at? 2.5? Yes, yes. Over 4 and 5. That's all I want from you. Thank you. Now he can do strikeouts too. He's pretty. Yeah, he can get strikeouts if you want that, but no. We're going earned runs on Mr. Corbin. We're going Corbin over 2.5. Over 2.5 earned runs. Man, it feels good to put that on the spreadsheet. That hit so many times. Look at the last 20 games. Look how many times I hit last year. My God. He had some great games, yes, but man, this dude blew up so many times. It was great. So sad Lance Lynn retired, man. Him and Lance Lynn were just beautiful. So, oh well. All right, Corbin, do what you do. Next. All right, moving on to Minnesota and Kansas City. And I gotta go up there. It is 120 for KC at home with a 7.5. Let's look at the records. 3-7, 5-5. Ugh, could be better. Let's go to props. Who's pitching today? It's nope, wrong game. Get the right game. Twins and Rolls. Thank you. Pablo Lopez and Cole Reagans. Okay, nice little, probably even matchup. Nothing. Ooh, Pablo, what is this? My God, we'll come back to that. Reagans was 11-9, 3-1-4 last year against lefties. Minnesota was a little bit average, maybe a little below average against Reagans. Historically, 0 for 9, 0 for 4, 0 for 9. Damn, 3 for 5. No home runs talk about, but not the best numbers overall. Let's swap sides. How do you do against Lopez? 15-10. Dude got decisions like more. That's the most decisions I've seen. 408 in 185 innings against righties. You can see how Casey did last year against Lopez. You can see how they did always. He gives us some home runs, but there's a good many at bats here. But I would still lean Casey here. Casey has history versus the man, but then we saw Lopez versus. Yeah, it was Lopez versus the no, swap the other side. I could do the other way. Reagans did pretty good. So yeah, I'm leaning KC money line already. 120, that seems to be the best number. Do we want to prop potentially? Lopez hits has been pretty nice in the last 10 games. Earned runs, he's been pretty decent. He does get blown up on though. Walks, outs, yeah, no, not feeling that. Let's go to Reagan, see what you got. Hits, earned runs, strikeouts. Ooh, 10 against Milwaukee. Pretty good. I think, and we got Casey at home. I think we're going to take Casey money line and just move on to the next one. All right, next up we got Milwaukee and Colorado. It's in Coors. I've already checked the weather. It's 9 miles an hour, but the wind's just kind of not really a big deal. It's going to be 67 degrees as well. So, man, some of these games. Oh, let me just show you the weather real quick. 35 degrees in Chicago. Love that. 61, 57, 68, 36 in Boston. Love that for the Nerfy. Love that for the Nerfy. It's just cold everywhere, and I'm down here. It's like hot, so love it. All right, so the spreadsheet. Let's look at the records: 5-5, 2-7. Obviously, Milwaukee is favored 158 with a 9.5 total. Huh? Okay. Let's see. Freeland is going. Now Freeland balled out last game, I do believe, if I remember correctly. We will look though. Let's see. Freeland was 5-8 with a 5.24 last year. Milwaukee was this against lefties last year. Against Freeland, historically, there's his numbers. It's got some zeros. We got a 154 for Yelich. We got a 364 for Hoskins. So, yeah, swap sides. Peralta 11-9, 368 against righties is how Rado did, and that's how they did against Peralta. A lot of that ain't good. Tovar's good. 4.29, 2-2, and 7 at bats. Pretty good. Everybody else, So it's a one-man show for Tovar. Maybe an HRR prop for Tovar might be the way to go. Hold up, that might be something. So let's look at Peralta a little closer. Strikeouts, hits, earned runs, outs. I wouldn't touch any of those. Freeland against Philly, how did he do? He had 3. He gave up 3 earned runs, hits. Okay, he gave up 9 hits. That's a lot of damn hits. So let's come over here and actually look at the players. For this one, go down. Let's hit a refresh. These are bats now. I might take Tovar. Tovar has some good history. I don't particularly like a side or a total, but I might like a Tovar. Let's see. Can I get me a Tovar? If I can find Tovar. How far down I gotta get to him? I could be blind. I could easily be blind. TOV. Found you. Got you. All right. HRR, what have you done? Well, your last game, you balled out 4-3-3, but before that, you were in a slump, weren't you? But you kind of broke out a little bit. I think I like that. He broke out. Now he's getting to face somebody he has great success against. I'll trust it. I'll trust it. If you don't like it, don't play it. But I'm going to trust Tovar over 1.5 HRR just because he broke out against, now, given it was the Athletics. The Phillies shut his ass down, but now he gets to face somebody who he has success against. I will trust. I'm trusting. Next. All right, next up, we got Baltimore, Arizona. It is basically pick'em. Arizona's 115 with a 9 total. Let's look over at the records. We got 5 and 6 for both teams. We go to props. Who's pitching today? We got Charlie Morton versus Merrill Kelly. A battle of mid. That's all I hear when I hear those names. I'm like, just don't care. Kelly 5-1, 403. You can see Baltimore, how they do against righties, against Merrill Kelly. There's no data really. 0 for 6. 158 for O'Neill, though. There's actually some data. He hasn't done well. We swap sides. We go to Baltimore. Morton 8-10, 419. Arizona versus righties and Arizona versus Morton. You can see all that data. 5.56 for 9 at bats for Perdoma's pretty good. Outside of that, not much either. Over 12, Hampson. My God. Dude, get good because you suck, kid. Let's look at the lines. This is Morton. This is his hits allowed. You can see his 4.5. He did just a bunch of hits, but I'm just not really feeling. Ooh, it's a lot of earned runs. Both his games, 4 and 5. Not a good start for you, is it? And that Arizona now. Oof, walks, outs. Yeah, the outs, not fantasy score. Let's go over here to Merrill. If Merrill Kelly's better, like, well, no, he gave up 9 earned runs in his last start. That ain't good. Strikeouts, hits. No, this game is. We got 2 pitchers that are just gonna, but I don't trust the pass. Pass next. Next up, we got Houston and Seattle. We can see is basically good value either way. If you want to take a money line, 7 is our total. Let's look at the spreadsheet. 4 and 6, 4 and 7 overall. Let's look at the props. Who is pitching today? It is Luis Castillo and Framber Valdez. We'll start with Castillo and look at this. 2 good pitchers, I would say. 11 and 12, 3.64. I say good, very loosely. We'll see how good they actually are. Numbers for Houston versus righties last season against Castillo. You can see how they've done. Jordan 514 at bats with 2 home runs and a 1.5 is actually impressive. So Alvarez HR prop could be in play. I took one of those a few days ago. It didn't hit, but guess what? Half the time it's going to hit. Half the time it's not. So that's baseball for you. 1 for 10, 1 for 10, 1 for 11. Some of these numbers are bad. Casillo's pretty good. Swap over. Valdez 15 and 7, 291 against lefties. This is how Seattle did, but kind of mid. There's nothing really great to talk about here. Against Valdez, same situation. There's a little success, a little bit of success, but not much. So both pitchers are doing well. Let's see how they did so far this season. Let's do 2025 period. We see what they had in their 2 games on hits, earned runs, 2 earned runs for Castillo against the Athletics and Detroit, and we got outs. Okay, cool. And we swap over. We can see Valdez. He had 9 strikeouts against San Fran, which is hard to do, period. And then he faced the Mets and we had 4 earned runs. He did give up 5 earned runs, though. That ain't good, buddy. That is not good. Hits. Ugh. Okay, I was leaning Nerfy with this, but now I'm. Ugh. Oh, my. I was kind of. You're consistently giving up earned runs, 2 and 2, and you're really good. Is it weird? Pass. Like if you question it, just pass. It's smart. Move on. Next. All right, next up is Cincinnati and San Francisco. 130 San Fran, 7.5 is our total. Let's look at the records real quick. 4 and 7, 8 and 2. San Fran's cooking right now. We go to the props. Who is pitching? Lodordo versus Roop. Man, okay. Interesting. See what that happens. Roop was 1 and 2, only 50 innings with a 3.58 last year. Against righties, you can see how Cincy does overall. They seem to be better against righties. Roop, they over 1 against Lux. Nothing there. We flop sides. We go to Lodolo, 9 and 6 with a 4.76 against lefties. We see the Giants do like them some lefties overall. 318, 311, 370. They like them some lefties against Lodolo. Well, different story. Oh, not much. There's only been 1 game for most. Oh, Adamas here. You can see his numbers. This is not the best. Let's see. Earned runs. His 2 games, he's been really good. Like 2 and 0 is really damn good. Hits allowed, 5 and 4. Man, strikeouts, only 1 and 4. He's not focusing on strikeouts, but he's not giving up hits. He's doing well. He's getting outs. He changed how he pitches, it looks like, in the last 2. It was against San Fran. He already faced him once, and he did well. So, other one was Milwaukee. I don't want to touch that. And then we got to trust Cincinnati's offense again. The game was 0-0 in the 7th yesterday. I just can't do it. I can't. And then you faced in your 1 game against Houston, you get 3 earned runs. Strikeouts, you struck out 8. Good job. But all my plays were early because I do not like this game either. We're just going to pass again. Sorry. Nighttime's going to be easy. We're going to be just chill. Everything's going to be done early. So that's fine. We'll pass next. All right, last one. We got San Diego and the Athletics. And we can see is 134 for San Diego on the road. Interesting. Let's see, 8.5 is our total. Let's look at the spreadsheet. We see 9 and 2, best record in the majors. 4 and 7 for the A's. Let's go to see who's pitching. Cease is going out there versus Springs. Okay, I'm already leaning San Diego now because I think Cease is pretty good. History: Springs was 2 and 2, 3.27 against lefties. Oh, that's right. San Diego doesn't do good against lefties. I forgot about that. They love them some righties. But when I say they're not good, it's still 271, 223. 402 still there. He doesn't play that too. Well, he had 92 at bats last year. You can see the numbers. Look against Springs. Let's see how they did. Oh, 2 for 10, 0 for 2, a bunch of offers. That's why it's 134 San Diego. Makes sense. Let's see what we got on the flip side here. Flip it over. Cease 14-11, 3-4-7 against the A's, against righties. You see how the A's have done last season. You can see how they did against Cease. They actually have some success, except some don't. 0 for 7-7. Damn, Brown. What are you doing? Shoot. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing what I need to see. Let's look at the matchups. Earned runs. He was roughed up at the end of the season, but 3 against Atlanta, 1 against Cleveland. Hits, strikeouts, 7 in his 2 games. He had 7. Now he's facing the 6.5. A's are going to be one of the worst strikeout teams again, most likely. So I probably will take this prop. Let's look at the other side for Springs. Hits, walks, earned runs, outs. Yeah, nothing there. I'm taking C's. Yeah. Oakland, the Athletics, the Sacramento A's they're going to be up there again, like usual, with Boston on striking out a ton. So we're going to take Cease over 6.5 Ks. What's the line on that? 120? Yeah, I like that. So we're going to go Cease over 6.5 Ks. Yeah. Because, yeah, good matchup, good stuff. We'll take that. And we'll just end it right there. To the schedule we go. MLB. Now, tomorrow is Wednesday Day. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Again, everyone they mama playing. Typical MLB day. I'll be back tomorrow. Go check out the HQ if you want the plays typed out and access to the spreadsheets for all sports. MLB will be up here in a couple days, thankfully. Other than that, I appreciate you being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're playing. And I'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday, for some more MLB. Peace.